Today I will go through the creation of my data warehouse and the execution of 3 non-trivial BI queries. This will be done as part of the postgrad diploma in data analytics, and I will be using GEA funding as a case study. My ETL strategy, the extract, transform and load strategy, was done on 2 types of data, structured and unstructured. The structured data came from specific websites such as the CSO website and the Open Data Source Repository data.gov.ie. The unstructured data was in PDF format from annual industry reports. Both were extracted into CSV format, one using interactive pivots via the website and 2 using a free online PDF to Excel converter. This could also be done via OR, however, just due to time constraints, this was not the case. Both sets of data were cleaned within Excel using Excel tools such as filter and data format, and also it was transformed to normalized form using sequential automatic number to give a specific ID, and in many cases this ID was used as the primary key in my dimension tables, and also used VLOOKUP in Excel to ensure that the correct primary keys match to the foreign keys in the fact tables. The 3 non-trivial BI queries, you will be able to see them there. One will be able to identify what the funding allocation is per county for the Sports Capital Programme, as only club level information is available in the original source. Second query will be able to see if there's any correlation between the emigration volumes to a specific country and the funding that goes to that country. And the third BI query is identifying the different levels of funding per county across both SCP funding and GEA funding and the population of a specific county. I built the database and the tables in SQL Management Server Studio and the GA database here, and I have 5 dimension tables, a number of fact tables, and Q1, Q2 and Q3 tables here are the results of my SQL queries put into table format for the BI visualization. So as you can see, this is my design for the club dimension table. Club ID is the primary key within this table, and my data types were defined when the table was being built. The primary key will have a foreign key, and this is in the county table, in the club dimension table, and the county dimension table. So the primary key is in here and the foreign key is in the club dimension table. So this was all done in SQL Server Management Studio. I also ran my queries to populate the results of my 3 non-trivial queries using SQL. So as you can see here, this is for the third query to identify if there's any correlation between the population, the SCP funding, and the GEA funding. What I did here is I selected the specific attributes that I wanted to take from the table, and I will just execute this query now to give me the results. I exported these results into an Excel file and uploaded them via the wizard into the tables here. I will also run another query which does not have as many joins, so I've saved them all in Notepad here. So I'll just transfer it here, and as you can see, both queries have the correct syntax and give me this volume. So the inner joins are used to ensure that only the information necessary is pulled back, which is relevant in both tables. For data visualization purposes, I used Tableau and did not use an OLAP cube. So I connected the data source and pulled over specific tables, which are the results of my queries, into Tableau to allow for data visualization for each query. So I used graphs here, and as you can see, Cork has the majority of funding from SCP based on the volume of clubs there. The emigration volume, as you can see, there is a 37% increase per capita that is given to the UK versus the United States. And population funding, I used the filter here to only show Galway, Kerry, Cork and Dublin, and then I will use a dashboard here so the client is able to see exactly the 3 queries in graph format. That is the end of my creation of my data warehouse and the execution of my BI queries. And thank you for your time.